Good day to everyone. My name is Mike Ostrander, and today we're going to review a couple of new policies that are being introduced within the organization to reduce liabilities and enhance operations. All members are to ensure that they understand the new policies. These policies concern the use of social media and FMLA, as well as discipline that is to be expected if policies are not followed. It should be clarified the policies we are discussing have been reviewed and adopted by department administration and legal staff. These policies are effective immediately, and any concerns or questions should follow the established chain of command to obtain clarification. Again, thank you for your time. Now let's get into these policies. The first policy we are going to review is Policy 23-201 regarding social media use by department members. This policy has been established to guide members through the expectations of proper social media use, not as a means of opinion control. Members must be aware that you are now representatives of the department. It is critical to the department image and maintenance of public trust that members represent themselves in a fashion that preserves not only personal rights, but also protects the company from legal liabilities. Social media posts can have legal liabilities of evidentiary value and must be considered to ensure compliance with privacy acts such as HIPAA. The policy explains the definitions of social media, expectations of members to retain a positive and trusting reputation with the public, the uses of devices during work periods, the different types of posts, and potential disciplinary action. Disciplinary action for violations ranges from content review to termination. Questions that may arise from the implementation of this policy may include, isn't this a violation of my personal rights regarding freedom of speech? And how are discipline levels determined? The department recognizes and supports all personal rights, including freedom of speech. As mentioned earlier, this policy is not meant to quell or silence the opinions of others, but rather to provide a framework as guidance. A positive public opinion of the department reputation is essential to the completion of everyday operations and assignments as public safety personnel. Any questionable or reported social media content will be reviewed. In an effort to maintain public trust, content determined to place the department's reputation at risk will be requested to be removed. Any review that proves content is a violation will be subject to disciplinary action. This may include verbal or written warnings, reassignment, mandatory counseling, and termination. Any post found to violate harassment or discrimination protections, place the department in any form of legal liability, or creates a hostile work environment will result in strict discipline. The second policy we are discussing is Policy 23-202 and covers the use and benefits of FMLA. FMLA is the Family Medical Leave Act and is used to enhance operations by allowing employers adequate opportunity to find coverage and protect the staffing through long-term events. FMLA includes up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave and employment protection for individuals that are faced with qualifying undue hardships. There are several benefits associated with the use of FMLA, but there are also certain requirements. It is critical for members to understand that FMLA is only available to qualifying employees for approved leave when the proper documentation is provided and other requirements are met. FMLA is not an extension of personal sick time to be used when a member simply runs out of sick time. The purpose of FMLA is to provide work-family balance when qualifying events occur that can require extensive periods of time away from work. Requesting members are required to meet the requirements of the program and obtain approval before FMLA protections are enacted. Failure to follow the guidelines of this policy or attempts to utilize FMLA benefits before approval will result in unauthorized leave without notice being considered no call, no show, which can result in termination. Adherence to this policy protects both employees and staff from disciplinary needs and legal liabilities that may arise from miscommunications. Questions that may arise regarding the implementation of this policy may include who is qualified for FMLA and what are the approved types of leave. For individuals to qualify, they must have worked at Edneyville Fire and Rescue Department for at least 12 months, along with working a minimum of 1,250 hours during the previous 12 months, in accordance with the Fair Labor Standards Act. The approved types of leave are determined by FMLA and not the Edneyville Fire and Rescue Department. These include the birth of a child, receiving a child from adoption or foster care, caring for an immediate family member who requires extended care for a serious medical condition, a personal serious illness, and military exigency or deployment. The documentation required for each of these reasons varies depending on the event. Employee services can provide directions in obtaining the proper forms and needed documentation. Thank you for your time today. Make sure to look at policy number 23-201 and 23-202 to add clarity and ensure your understanding of the subjects. Protect each other, protect the community, stay safe.